Hello and welcome to this video. July 20th, 2024, and as I usually do, I'm here to share with you your latest interview scheduling report for the DV 2024 program. So let's go straight into it, and our first embassy today is Tirana, Albania, where the scheduling of interviews remains at 29,800 plus case number range. Libreville, Gabon remains at 72,700 plus case number range. Kigali, Rwanda remains at 26,800 plus with a case of exception already scheduled from the 36,700 plus case number range. Lilongwe, Malawi remains at 48,400 plus with the possibility of scheduling up to 52,700 plus case number range. In Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, the Africa region remains at 49,100 plus with the possibility of scheduling up to 51,600 plus. The Asia region remains at 14,900 plus and the Europe region remains at 12,400 plus with the possibility of scheduling up to 25,900 plus case number range. Doha, Qatar, and the Africa region remains at 56,500 plus, whereas the Asia region remains at 13,900 plus. In Jakarta, Indonesia, the Africa region remains at 70,400 plus, and the Europe region remains at 27,000 plus. Cotonou, Benin remains at 74,200 plus. In Casablanca, Morocco, the Africa region remains at 51,800 plus and the Asia region remains at 13,600 plus. Auckland, New Zealand remains at 1,900 plus. Havana, Cuba remains at 3,100 plus. Colombo, Sri Lanka remains at 10,200 plus. In Warsaw, Poland, the Africa region remains at 66,000 plus, the Asia region remains at 9,400 plus, and the Europe region remains at 25,100 plus. Dar es Salaam, Tanzania remains at 38,400 plus. Tbilisi, Georgia remains at 29,900 plus. In Napoli, Italy, the Africa region remains at 46,500 plus with the possibility of scheduling up to 67,400 plus. The Asia region remains at 13,000 plus and the Europe region remains at 28,300 plus. Algiers, Algeria remains at 65,600 plus. Rangoon, Burma remains at 14,900 plus. Kinshasa, the DRC remains at 16,000 plus with the possibility of scheduling up to 16,100 plus. Dakar, Senegal remains at 33,900 plus. Accra, Ghana is currently at 5,700 plus but with the possibility of scheduling up to 6,200 plus. Tokyo, Japan remains at 14,700 plus. In Paris, France, the Africa region has increased to 74,600 plus. The Asia region is currently at 14,000 plus and the Europe region has also increased to 29,600 plus. That's for the Paris, France embassy. Abidjan, Ivory Coast is currently at 66,800 plus with the possibility of scheduling up to 67,400 plus. Antananarivo, Madagascar remains at 62,900 plus. Yaoundé, Cameroon remains at 71,300 plus. Tunis, Tunisia remains at 74,300 plus. In Amman, Jordan, the Africa region remains at 74,000 plus and the Asia region remains at 14,900 plus. A reminder that these are the case number ranges where interviews are scheduled at your different embassies and consulates. We continue with Abu Dhabi, the UAE, and at that embassy, the Africa region remains at 40,100 plus, with the possibility of scheduling up to 41,300 plus. The Asia region remains at 11,500 plus, and the Europe region remains at 9,500 plus, with the possibility of scheduling up to 16,100 plus. In Mumbai, India, the Africa region remains at 65,500 plus, the Asia region remains at 14,900 plus, and the Europe region remains at 12,300 plus, with the possibility of scheduling up to 13,200 plus. Luanda, Angola remains at 73,700 plus. Lusaka, Zambia remains at 73,700 plus. In Yerevan, Armenia, the Asia region remains at 12,600 plus, and the Europe region remains at 21,700 plus. In Kuwait, the Africa region remains at 71,600 plus, and the Asia region remains at 14,800 plus. In Montreal, Canada, the Africa region remains at 71,500 plus, the Asia region remains at 14,500 plus, and the Europe region remains at 29,900 plus. Monrovia, Liberia remains at 74,500 plus. In Seoul, South Korea, the Asia region remains at 9,000 plus, and the Europe region remains at 22,800 plus. Harare, Zimbabwe remains at 74,100 plus. Nairobi, Kenya remains at 72,000 plus. In Manila, the Philippines, the Africa region remains at 74,600 plus, and the Europe region has increased to 20,800 plus. In Frankfurt, Germany, the Africa region remains at 68,200 plus, the Asia region remains at 14,900 plus, and the Europe region remains at 29,900 plus. In Manama, Bahrain, the Africa region remains at 74,500 plus, and the Asia region remains at 14,400 plus. Freetown, Sierra Leone is currently at 65,600 plus, with the possibility of scheduling up to 67,900 plus. In Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the Africa region remains at 73,200 plus, and the Asia region remains at 14,900 plus. Johannesburg, South Africa remains at 72,400 plus. In Cairo, Egypt, the Africa region remains at 44,100 plus, and the Asia region remains at 14,300 plus. Lomé, Togo remains at 73,800 plus. Addis Ababa, Ethiopia remains at 24,100 plus, with a case of exception scheduled at that embassy from the 55,200 plus case number range. In Djibouti, the Africa region remains at 71,800 plus, and the Asia region remains at 14,900 plus. In Ankara, Turkey, the Asia region remains at 6,800 plus, and the Europe region remains at 5,900 plus. Suva, Fiji remains at 1,900 plus. Islamabad, Pakistan, and the Asia region remains at 14,900 plus, and the Europe region remains at 26,600 plus. London, the UK, and the Africa region remains at 71,600 plus. The Asia region remains at 14,600 plus. The Europe region remains at 29,300 plus. The Oceania region remains at 1,300 plus. And the South America region remains at 2,500 plus. And finally, Kathmandu, Nepal remains at 11,600 plus. Now, as was the case last week, The scheduling of interviews did not move forward at most of your embassies and consulates, which means that hardly any interview notifications were sent out during the course of the week just ended. But that is normal. There are times when the publication of the visa bulletin delays, and there are times when the sending out of interview notifications delays. But what is certain is that at the end of the day, those interview notifications are sent out. So let's look forward to that happening during the course of the coming week in this case. That is it. That brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for watching it. See you, God willing, in the next one. Goodbye.